Hey, what's up YouTube? How are we today? Today I'm going to break down what is an IP address. We always hear the word IP address and sometimes the word just sounds confusing. So today I'm here to break down what is an IP address. It's used to identify devices on our network. So when we have an IP address, all devices on the network have an IP address. That's how each device gets identified on the network. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say I have a phone and let's say I have a tablet. Those two devices on the network need to have separate IP addresses so that they both can communicate outside of the network. You know, I'm gonna give you another example. Let's say if I want to use my Xbox has to have an IP address in order for me to play online gaming. That's an example of what's an IP address. There's many examples, but I'm just covering the surface of why each device needs an IP address. A device needs an IP address in order for it to use the internet. In order for it to leave the network, it needs an IP address. A device can't leave the network, or you can't go on the internet without an IP address. You need an IP address in order for you to use the internet. Computers or devices need IPs to talk to other devices. So let's say I want to talk to another device. Let's say I'm using a computer on the second floor and my friend upstairs is in the third floor. Let's say I want to send him a message via email, via WhatsApp. My computer needs to have an IP address in order for it to communicate with his computer. You know, even though we may be on two different networks, my computer needs to have an IP address in order for it to communicate with the network that he is on, if that makes sense. Needs an IP address. Needs an IP address to use the internet. So if my computer doesn't have an IP address, like I said before, it can't use the internet. IP addresses were made for devices in order for them to use the internet. Without the IP address, you can't have no internet. Without an IP address, the device is useless. Just think of it like this. An IP address is unique. An IP address is unique to that device, meaning if that device has one IP address, there won't be no other devices with that same IP address. And if there is, there'll be something called IP address conflict, which is a lot deeper than what I'm trying to explain right now. But when you have a IP address conflict means that two devices have the same IP addresses. Two devices can't have the same IP addresses. Both devices have to be unique, you know? But yeah, so that's what it is that's what it is. An IP address is basically a numbers attached to a device, used to be identified. Thank you. See you on the next video.